Everyone, so I'm here today with Bellevue, my tan mini feet Chloe, and as you can see, she is wearing a different wig. I decided to try on Junie's old wig, if you remember this at all. I just went to try it on her to see if, first of all, if I like the color, which I actually really do, and then also I went to see if I just really like the mohair look for her, which I also do, because I don't know, it frames her face very well. And I just really like it. Unfortunately, this wig is super huge on her, but I may try to see if I can like wet the cap and mold it to her head. If not, maybe I'll get her one in the future. I just wanted to see how it looked, but she's so pretty. Look at her face. I'm so happy to have a Chloe finally. You just don't even know. I find her so beautiful, and I understand people's reasonings about her and their dislike of her, but I find her so beautiful. She's one of the sculpts I have where I'm always just like so surprised that I own her, because it's just like, oh my god, you're in my collection. That just makes no sense. Like you're so pretty. What are you doing here? It's just weird. But anyway, I'm here with her today because you know, after my last video, I don't know. It's like my mood just kind of broke. And I'm feeling a lot better today. I think it's because like things have been so ridiculous and kind of overwhelming that I think my brain needed to escape back to dolls to make me feel better, and feel less so overwhelmed. Because yeah, it's been a nutty few days. Like I have things falling apart on me, and I managed to mess up a credit card by complete accident. Still not sure how I did it. But you know, it's just one of those things where you're just like, oh, okay, I'll just have to take it, because I don't know what I did, but it is done. So yeah, it's been a rough couple of days, and now I'm just like back onto the doll train apparently. And I was thinking about her a lot, because I was actually thinking about her boyfriend that I had ordered, which, if you didn't know or if you didn't remember, is my Dollzone Zo that is on layaway right now. And I was actually thinking about him because I forgot to mention in my last video a concern I had about him. I actually ordered him based off the pictures on Dollzone's site, or Mint on Cart, that Mint on Card took from Dollzone's site. And I found him so beautiful and so interesting looking, and I just fell in love with him instantly. And only when I thought of her having a boyfriend and having a sort of connection with a human boy who had been reincarnated into our world did I decide to order him. But it was love at first sight. As soon as they released him, I was like, oh my god, I have to have this doll. But unfortunately, I fell in love with the site pics and everything, and did not look up owner pictures like I usually do with every doll I want to get, unless the doll's brand spanking new, which he was not at the time I ordered him, and people had owned him at that time. But I did not look up owner pictures, and the other day I actually did, and I found myself disappointed. It's not like, he's not ugly at all. He just did not look like what I had pictured in my head. And I looked back on the site pictures, and on the site pictures, you know, he's very much like in very certain lighting, and he has you know, an eye patch over one eye. You can't really see his whole face. And I realized that I may have done the mistake I told myself never to do again, which is just to fall for the site pictures and leave it at that, when I know that I should know by now to always try to look up owner pictures. Now, if there's 0 owner pictures, okay, now's the time to take that chance. But if there are, which there were at the time, then I have no excuse. So yeah, I found myself a little disappointed. He did not look like he did in my head, and I was getting frustrated. And I forgot to mention that in my last video, but it has been something that has been plaguing me for a bit. But today, out of nowhere, I thought of a look for him, and suddenly he just fell into place. Apparently, he's just meant to be this character who, as of now, is nameless. But I know he's a human boy, and she's a vampire. If you did not know that. And he is actually a reincarnated spirit of a boy she had loved way back in, like, I believe the 18th century, but I really need to look that up. But she had loved him when she herself was human, and I don't know what happened, and I don't know if what happened is connected to what happened to her, because she actually died. She actually died, and, like, officially, and they actually, part of her backstory, which I have not revealed ever, is that she actually had died, and she was actually put back together a la, like, Frankenstein's monster. And she was actually put back together and actually brought back to life, and then turned into a vampire as part of this experiment. Turns out all the girls, so Bellevue, Bedlam, excuse me, Belladonna, and Bella, they were all part of experimentations. And they were all chosen and created for very special purpose. So that was her purpose. Her part of the experiment was that she was, you know, a girl who had been put back together, brought back to life, and then turned just to see if they could do it. And I don't know if when she died, he died as well, or what happened, but I do know that he did die, and it was traumatic. And why I know it was traumatic is I don't know, I like to believe in reincarnation. I like to believe we're not just done, and that we can come back and have a second chance at things. But I also have this feeling that if that were possible, we come back as brand new in most cases. And not brand new as like brand new created, but like we come back fresh for a fresh and clean start with no baggage from our previous life, and to start again and hopefully make, you know, do better with this life. Well, in my story, there are souls that do end up coming back with baggage from their previous life. Most of these people died traumatically and could not let their former life go. Some of them, it was life cut too short and they couldn't let that go. But regardless, they come back with stuff from their previous life that ends up interrupting their new life in certain ways. In his ways, he always feels like he is not a part of this world. He doesn't, or this time, I should say, not world, but this time, he feels out of place. He feels obsessed with the wrong things, because he, in my story, I think he's going to be 16. And so, you know, the internet is around and all this, and he feels like he should be into that, but he's not. And people, you know, make fun of him, you know, think he's like, oh, hipsterish and everything, but he's not. He just doesn't feel like that is a part of him. He doesn't feel right. And he has a really bad depression because of it, and he has bad dreams and just so much going on because he is a reincarnated spirit with all this just stuff hanging on to him. And so that came into my mind today, and I actually really like it. Which sounds bad to want to put him through that, but I kind of like it. But yeah, in my head, I just saw him. I saw him with black hair and he likes to wear t-shirts a lot and jeans, and I imagine he plays an instrument, but I'm not sure what yet. I'm thinking a guitar, but only because that's what he actually has access to. I have a feeling he would like to play something like the piano, and I might look into trying to find an MSD size piano, which I don't know if that's a thing, but if it is, I might look into it. He's very much into poetry, so I saw him in my head reading poetry, and it was just, he's such a sweet guy, and I just saw him just come to life in my head, and it was so beautiful. And that's why I made a video. I know this is like dumb and rambly, but he came into my head that way, and I was so worried about the sculpt and about all of that I don't know, it just felt refreshing to have him become what like an actual realized character. It was great. And so that's why I came home and immediately grabbed her. I had been wanting to try this wig on her for a while, so I decided to do that. But I grabbed her as soon as I got home. I was like, we're doing a video about it. Okay. So yeah, it's pretty much a nothing video, but I was very excited, and I can't wait to get him now, and I hope they look well together. The realization hits me, though, that he's going to be super taller than her since she's on the Moe-Line body, and he's on the new Dollzone MSD body, which is taller than the old one, I believe. So I thought of a cute idea of getting her a step stool so that she can pretend to be his height. I thought that'd be super adorable. And I can't wait till they meet up again, but I have to figure out how they meet up again, because I don't want her to come off as a stalker, but she may a little bit. Because she actually gets word from Belladonna about him being reincarnated, and after that she can't focus on anything else. She wants to be with him again. He was very important to her and to her life before, and she has missed him all this time, and it has been a very, very long time. And she has definitely just had this wholeness in her heart for him this whole time, and she would always visit his grave, and it was just a whole mess of things. And to hear he's back, she has to go for it, but it's going to be such a weird dynamic. She is a very old vampire, and he is a 16-year-old boy, and that's where things might get a little rough, and I don't know how it'll work out, so I can't wait to explore that. But enough rambling about that. So, long story short, which is too late to do that, I'm very excited now for my Dollzone Zo after worrying about him, and she's super cute, and I hope things work out for them. So that's all for this video. I have another video I want to do, so I will go ahead and do that. But thank you so much if you watched this one, and I'll talk to you in a bit. Thank you. Bye.